Desperation. Some men give other men too much respect and deference. Take care of your own situation. Know yourself in situation. You have to be very, very aggressively clear about your limitations and vulnerabilities and state them in ominous, clear terms that the village idiot can understand. Provide examples, situations that demonstrate the claims, the assertions you're making about yourself. The purpose of all of this is not an inferiority complex on display as some idiots would define it to be or judge it to be. No, it's a man being practical, prudent, and realistic with his vulnerabilities and limitations, and doing a credible analysis of what to do about them, how to compensate for them is what I'm talking about. You take me, for example. I have a large face and a round moon face and large features. I should never be wearing it. I have no neck. I should never be wearing a t-shirt like this. I should be wearing a black shirt with a large collar to try to make my neck look longer and make my face look more rectangular instead of moon. And do whatever I can to relax the harshness of my facial features. This that I'm talking about. This. The difference between from here to here and from here to here should be a third. A third up here, a third here, and a third from here down to the chin. But I got a lot of fat. I'm an old man. We got to be practical. We got to be realistic about it. And then the big thing, the height. The height. And if you're a short man, you want to be as muscular and powerful a short man as possible. There's no way to get around it. If you don't do that, you're going to watch yourself spiral downhill. And the thing about it is, when you're with a taller man, you stay on the move. You don't stand stuck still. You're moving. You've got to create interest, tension, and excitement about your persona. You can only do that if you have the right clothes on. That's a good tailor now. That takes money. Or if you're in tremendous shape, then you have to know how to wear generic clothes effectively. Never look up at the tall man. Never let the tall man, taller man, or bigger man. Tall equals big, unfortunately. Short equals small. Unfortunately, that's how we're labeled. That's how we're mocked and caricatured and stereotyped. Never look up at that tall. Step back. Never let that tall man octopus you. Don't let him put his arm around your shoulder in a protective way. That's effeminizing you. Don't let that tall man try to manhandle you. You should have enough brute power. If you don't, you shouldn't go out there. To be able to lift that tall, I don't care what he weighs. Lift him off his feet if he tries to put a bear hug on you to show his superiority and make a sissy, a woman out of you. You're going to grab him around his waist and squeeze that son of a bitch as hard as you can to the breaking point. Lift him up and then smash him down, set him down hard, and step back and look at him. The look has to say it all. It's the look of power, of physical confidence and physical presence. This is what I'm talking about. That's your 50%, my short friend. That's your 50%. And if you're a short ectomorph, martial arts, street fighting techniques. You have to have equalizer. Think equalizer. Think leveler. Think competition. Think it's a tough, hard, cold motherfucker out there. No consolation. Now you hear a clown like Adam Carolla talking about he's street tough and he's average working man, real tough guy. Protestant work ethic, and so on and so forth. What a dope. What a dope these Tea Party conservatives are. Everybody knows that's true. Everybody knows you have to work very hard if you want, because it's competitive, for the simple fact that it's competitive. But these Tea Party assholes are co-opting it. The Protestant work ethic as their own, just like they're trying to co-opt God as their own. There's more than one way to Rome. But everybody knows this. You just have to go out there and see how competitive it is for anything. Best things in life aren't free. We all know that. It's not a big discovery. There's so many books written. Dale Carnegie, Napoleon Hill, on success, Tea Party style. And don't be fooled, my friend, there's no such thing as the common good either from the progressive point of view. Dr. Freud said, and he got it right, and he said, I'm not an economist, but I am able to know on psychological principles, well investigated, well demonstrated, that a man is a wolf to man. Hominis lupus hominis. And a man needs a repository, the free market, quote unquote, which isn't really free. Dog eat dog. Dog down competition to release aggression. Read your Conrad Lorenz on aggression. The aggressive instinct has to be released one way or another. Women understand this. Women understand this. They know how to manipulate that perfectly. And they know how to play to the bullshit machismo. A lot of asshole playboys or your asshole studs out there. And these are the bums that set the protocol. How do you like that? That I have to live in. I didn't have anything to do with it. The protocol being the height requirements, the hair, the upward mobility, the show. I didn't have nothing to do with this. I'm just a simple, short little man trying to survive in the marketplace. Pretty boys. Bullshit. Protocol and performance. He's the one who tells me how to dress, what to say, what to do. Everything's set up around that because it's all sales, it's all marketing, and here we go around the mulberry bush. And Freud tells us that's human nature writ large. I agree with that. That's why the socialists, not Marxists now, that's different, but the socialist, social utopianism can never work. Because it says that man is inherently good. It's only the institutions that make him bad. My experience tells me that's bullshit. That's bullshit. So, Mr. Trump and Trumpism and the Tea Party right have caught a powerful insight here that will march them right back into the White House again in 2020. In my opinion, right or wrong has nothing to do with it. Good or bad has nothing to do with it. Bill Freeman got it right. He said, laissez-faire, free, quote-unquote, unregulated, unleashed. Capitalism unleashed. Just let that big engine roar. And Bill Freeman said, I never said it was the sufficient condition for your individual upward mobility. I only told you it was necessary. But nothing happens until the necessary conditions and the sufficient conditions have a happy marriage. Nothing happens. And here comes Adam Carolla talking about the obvious and Undertaker beating his chest. What a street smart guy he is. What a tough guy. What a machismo. What a powerful presence, boy. That man picked himself up by his own bootstraps and pulled up his trowel and went to work. That's right. He inculcated the success skills and just put that 6 feet 2 inch roaring engine and pointed it in the right direction. And the rest is Horatio Alger. If you believe that bullshit, I've got a beautiful Brooklyn Bridge I want to sell to you today, cheap. Now let's talk about things that matter instead of all the phony crap I hear around me that goes as credible dialogue. That's all.